Warning, this video is intended for adult collectors. It contains plastic collectibles, questionable opinions, and a reviewer who should have retired by now. You have been warned. This is Random Review.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1131 of our daily content grind. I have had an interesting 3 days. We will talk about it later because today we need to focus, and the focus today needs to be on Studio Series Transformers 1 Deluxe Class Megatron, which I'm frankly shocked that this toy came out so close with, because I was expecting Optimus Prime, we knew that, but I'm shocked that it's been so, we got so much time in between main characters on the Studio Series releases, like Elita and Bumblebee aren't due till next year? Excuse me? That's striking while the iron's hot. Good one. Alright. But we do have a Megatron, and this is actually important because the Megatron is not available in the Prime Changer size. So this is the only option you've got for the moment, but let's take a look, because I have been really interested in this toy. First off, I love this tank mode design. This is actually really cool. This is a proper take on like a Cybertronian tank. It's not the H style of tank. It's more like an A style. You know, like A tank, or we count the barrel. It's a W tank. I don't care. We don't care what letter tank this is. It's not a rebel spaceship from Star Wars. Who cares what letter it's based on? Point is, it's a neat design. I like how forward the treads are. I like how all the mechanical is, the heavy machinery parts toward the back. It's just a really unique look, and it qualifies as a really nice Cybertronian style of tank that doesn't really account for things that a tank like this would encounter on Earth. So, and even then, we've seen worse tank Megatrons, haven't we? This one actually has treads that look like it could go over things. So, as you can see here, we have, a dark gray plastic, not quite black, for the treads and a lot of the detail on the bottom side. We have gunmetal painting on the top for the center of the turret. We have an interesting shade of gray. It's not a flat gray. It's a little bit warm, just like there's a little bit of tan to the gray on Optimus Prime's Studio Series figure. This one also has just a little bit of an additional color. I'm not even sure what they've done to it, but it is just slightly off from a flat gray shade and actually makes it look a little bit more interesting and unique for a Megatron. Now, for functionality in this mode, you're going to notice no wheels underneath. So don't go scooting this around on anything. You're just going to scratch up some surfaces. You will find little nubs here as well as here that are basically what the toy rests on in vehicle mode. So that's what's going to be scraping the ground, but that keeps it from scraping anything with actual detail, sculpt, and paint, etc. Speaking of, we can see a little bit of red paint going on here, a little bit of black here toward the back. That'll be way more noticeable once we get into robot mode. Sculpting wise, yeah, I like the detail a lot. You got the little tank treads there at the back fully done. I don't know, I'm still not over the shape. The shape is so nice. You want functionality. You do have 5mm ports there in the sides. You also have them on the insides of the treads here, so you have that for armoring him up. And then, of course, you have this, which is fully rotating all the way around, because it's just attached on a 5mm peg. And the 5mm peg is attached on a socket that swivels, and that's a nice little combo to get you a lot of range. These are all, these all have their own little 5mm. Let's see, that one's tabbed in. Those are your 5mm. If you want to swap in different weaponry, you can. That's also 5mm if you want to attach a blast effect, or if you can figure out a weapon that'll look good to extend the barrel, if you want to do that too. So you got some options there for play value. Also, if you raise the turret too much, you can see Megatron's head just kind of poking out. You can't turn it around to hide the head, by the way, because it tabs into the back. So, yeah, he's just chilling. Just chilling. Don't mind him. Okay, so I've gushed on the vehicle mode. I love the tank. Let's actually get him transformed. And for this, we will have to part for him. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. So I am going to start by rotating out these sections that will eventually become his arms, just to get them out of the way. We're going to unclip these gray parts from the dark and rotate that around. This is how we're going to create some legs on him. Just like so. Fold these down to create the feet. Then hinge all of this down. This confused me so much the first time I transformed him because this little round area makes it look like it's supposed to connect to that and close up like so. And it feels like it doesn't reach all the way, but it does. That's the extent of how far it can go. You can see on the inside of the ankle there are little slots, and that tabs into those exactly how it's supposed to. So that's entirely intentional to leave that gap there. So don't start pushing and grinding on it trying to get it to close. It will not. I'm going to raise that up a little bit, and then we need some space here. So we need to unclip this section and raise it up so we can get the legs folded down. Legs will need a rotation just above the knee in order to get into the right position. Now, let's focus on the torso and getting that set up. So this whole section is going to fold back and tab in. At that point, we might as well just go ahead and fold out the arms like so. As we get around to the front, rotate them around so you get your elbow pointed the right direction. You're also going to have to rotate the hand, which is part of the tread. We'll talk about that here in a bit because it's a little funny. And then pop Megatron's head out, rotate around, close up the torso. From here on out, it's really just weaponizing him, which is something you can do at any point. That's essentially how the transformation goes. If we want to actually give him like proper armaments, however, his cannon is the barrel, so we can go ahead and take that out, put that into its place, and then this piece, the little cannon on top, slots into the back of his forearm like so. We've got a dual-wielding version of Megatron, kind of rare. I can never quite remember how this part goes. So, backpack here, I am going to, yeah, let's see. I think it's actually supposed to go this way. There we go. Because you want that, like, round section up at the top, like it's some kind of miner's backpack, or like a hiking backpack type of situation. But point being, that is the transformation for your Megatron. I do enjoy it. I do like how the figure works in general. It is fun to transform. It's intuitive. It's not, it's my flavor of transformation. Nothing terribly surprising, but clever tricks. I like some of the little tricks to it, like how the legs work. I like the fists incorporating into the treads. That works. Yeah, just nice figure all around so far. All around. So, I guess that means we take it in close so we can get a look at that head sculpt based on the movie style. Now, you will notice no Decepticon emblem of any kind. It is absent from his shoulder. It is not in any of the forms you normally see it on the chest in the movie. So, yeah, it's up to you. This Megatron design is from a very particular moment in the movie, so up to you to customize him as you will. But he does look really, really nice here. Now that red that we were seeing poking through the vehicle mode, now it makes a lot of sense. Now it's putting up just the right amount of red. He looks really, really good. Even a few of the more familiar Megatron things, like all the asymmetrical button details in his midsection, that was included, which is nice. Because it's a Cybertronian alt mode, we saw most of the sculpted details, so you don't have to focus in on it too long. Needless to say, the toy just looks really, really nice. It is exceptionally clean. I love me a clean-looking robot with no junk hanging off the back. That said, there is some junk hanging off the back, because that's how the transformation works. Incidentally, you can rotate these guns up and give him like more of an antenna look. If that does anything for you, I don't know. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I think for like a retool of this toy, it'd be really, really nice. Or you can just remove the backpack altogether. Your call. But yeah, like since we've gone through most of the details, I think the only thing to really do is go through articulation and see what he's got. So the head does rotate. It does get blocked by that hinge in the back. So if we want to take that off and rotate that down, now you can get more range out of him. So you might be inclined to leave the backpack off completely if you want full range of motion on him. Ball joints in the shoulders, and they are well-cut shoulders, which means lots of room for articulation. Well, some positions do not like fully stretching out like that, but you can work it around and get, most positions. Double hinged elbows, which is a nice little touch. I always like to see a double hinged elbow. The fist, I did promise that we were going to talk about these hands, didn't I? So, the hand sculpt is done inside the tread of the vehicle mode. So yeah, it is the right shape for a fist. It's actually kind of clever in that. But from the inside and the top, it looks fine. Once you start moving different angles, someone on Twitter referred to it as a Powerpuff Girl hand, and I can't unthink that. I can't unthink that. That's absolutely correct. So it's a little bit goofy looking in some positions, but for the most part, you should be fine. All right, waist, 360-degree rotation there. Thighs, or the hip joint is ball jointed, but we saw, like, with the transformation, lots of range there. He has legs, and he knows how to use them. He is very long-legged in proportions, isn't he? No proper thigh swivel up here where I like it. It's above the knee instead. Here's the one thing I don't like Hasbro doing. Those little clicks they do for the transformation on the knee, which I understand why they do that. Some toys need the stability to make the vehicle mode nice and sturdy. Unfortunately, it does mean that there's a few positions his knee does not go in, more subtle ones, but it's not terrible on this toy. Could use a little bit of a tighter knee though. That's just me. And then full range of ankle tilt, including forward and back, which I love to see forward and back. And pop those again. Pop, pop. Yeah, so for the future ruler of the Decepticons, yeah, he does pack a lot of articulation, a lot of detail. I love how this toy comes together. In fact, we can arm him up further. Of course we can, because it's Megatron. If you want him to use those handguns, he's got those handguns as well. Now he's a very heavily armed Megatron. Get that out of the way. Can I just socket it on there? Yeah. That works too. That's probably the better solution. Probably thought someone in the comments probably noticed that a lot sooner than I did. It's been a trying few days. Forgive me for getting a couple of things off here. But that's going to do it for the review. It's a pretty spectacular Megatron toy. I do really like as we stated many times, I really like how unique the vehicle mode is. I like the transformation. It feels nice and intuitive. And the overall look is really, really good. This is the kind of thing that makes me wish that we didn't have any of the Prime Changer stuff or anything like that. Just go full Wave Studio Series stuff and just make them this good, and that's all I'm really asking for. But no. It's a good addition. If you liked Megatron in the movie, or D16 in the movie rather, yes, he is a very, very good addition to your collection. So, buy with confidence. I know he's starting to pop up in actual retail stores. Happy hunting, because he is worth tracking down. So, that said, thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to go back to everything else that has been going on around my life. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow with another video of some kind. So thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time.